So you've been looking at homes in Atlanta, $1,000 budget, and everything you're finding inside the perimeter is either a full gut renovation situation or a condo with an HOA that costs more than your car payment. And then someone mentions Jonesboro, and you're thinking, is that even Atlanta? Hey, it's Christa Coore-Powell, Atlanta Realtor with eXp Realty. On this channel, Atlanta Real Estate Insider, I give you the real picture of Atlanta neighborhoods, not the sales pitch. And today we're talking about Jonesboro, Georgia, what your $300,000 actually gets you, what the trade-offs are, and who Jonesboro is genuinely a great fit for. Because listen, I'm not here to talk you into anything. I'm here to make sure you know what the listing is not telling you. So let's get into it. Jonesboro is the county seat of Clayton County, sitting about 18 to 20 miles south of downtown Atlanta. So if you're driving on I-75, you're looking at 25 to 40 minutes to Midtown during off-peak. During Atlanta traffic, your girl is not going to lie to you, budget 50 to 60 minutes on a bad morning. It is what it is. Now, before anyone comes to me in the comments, Jonesboro has a reputation. And reputations in real estate are always more complicated than the headline. So let's talk about what's actually true. Here's the thing that makes Jonesboro worth it for this conversation. $300,000 stretches here in a way it simply does not in the neighborhoods we usually cover on this channel. $300,000 in Jonesboro, you are typically looking at 18 to 2,400 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, a yard, a real one, in many cases a 2-car garage. In neighborhoods like the areas around Terrible Boulevard or new construction pockets that are just outside the city center, you can find well-maintained homes with updated kitchens and modern finishes. Compare that to East Atlanta Village, where $300K is getting you 1,100 square feet and a prayer for parking. Or Decatur, where $300,000 means you're either in a condo or you must renovate. The square footage math in Jonesboro is real. What you're trading is proximity. And this brings us to the trade-offs, because your girl gives you the full picture. Schools. Clayton County School District has faced challenges that are well documented. If you have school-aged children, this is a conversation worth having with your realtor and doing your own research. There are charter options within the district, and some families are choosing private schools and factor that into their budget equation. It's not a deal breaker for everyone, but it is a data point that you need. The commute. I already mentioned this. 18 to 20 miles doesn't sound like much. In Atlanta, that's a real-time commitment. If you're working from home, full-time or hybrid, Jonesboro becomes a significantly more attractive equation. If you're driving into Midtown or Buckhead 5 days a week, you will feel it. Date the commute before you commit to the neighborhood. We've talked about this before. Take the time to actually, on a weekday at a time that you would normally travel, do that drive and see what it feels like, because that really matters. Now let's talk about the commercial corridor. Parts of Jonesboro's main commercial strip have seen some disinvestment. It's not East Atlanta Village. It doesn't have the walkability, the restaurant scene, the weekend energy, or the neighborhoods closer in. And if that matters for you, and for some of my buyers, it absolutely does, it's important for me to point that out. So who is Jonesboro genuinely a great fit for? Remote workers and hybrid workers who only commute 1 or 2 days a week and want maximum house for their dollar. First-time buyers who want to build equity without starting in a condo. Your $300,000 in Jonesboro builds equity on a detached single-family home. That's a different wealth-building position than a condo. Buyers who are open to date the neighborhood approach. So rent something in Jonesboro for 3 to 6 months before you buy. See if the commute is real for your life. See if the lifestyle fits. Don't marry a neighborhood based on a YouTube video. Buyers who are relocating from markets where $300,000 is nothing, coming from New York or California or the Northeast, Jonesboro feels like a revelation. Comparatively speaking, your dollar literally has never worked harder. And here's something I want you to file away. The Southside of Atlanta is getting attention that it has not had in decades. Between the airport expansion, the Netflix studios bringing jobs to the region, and infrastructure investment in Clayton County has some really amazing community centers and parks. Jonesboro is sitting in a corridor that is changing. Slowly, but it is changing. The investor is already there. That doesn't mean you shouldn't chase them blindly, but it does mean Jonesboro's being overlooked window is not permanent. So if you're serious about moving to Atlanta on a $300,000 budget, Jonesboro deserves to be on your list. But do your homework. Drive the commute at rush hour. Visit on a Saturday morning. Walk the neighborhood you're actually considering. And if you want a framework for making this decision, not just for Jonesboro, but for any Atlanta neighborhood, grab my free Atlanta home buyer blueprint in the link below. It includes a neighborhood comparison matrix, the date and neighborhood framework I use with every relocation client. Strategy, not stress. I'm Christa Coore-Powell. See you next time, and make sure you know what the listing is not telling you.